Trek. Can you hear me down at that end?
Yeah.
Okay, can you hear me down this end?
Yeah.
Okay. Again, welcome to Northwest Trek. How many are here for the first time? Raise your hands.
Raise your hand.
All right. Love it. It's about, well, looks like about 70% of you are here for the first time. Also want to welcome those people that have come back and doing a return trip to Northwest Trek. That's a lot of fun. Newcomer.
Yeah.
Okay, like it. Anybody from out of state? Where are you from?
South Dakota.
South Dakota.
No,
Welcome.
you're not out of state.
Arizona.
Arizona.
Honolulu.
Hawaii.
Hawaii. Aloha. And anybody else?
South Korea?
South Korea wins. South Korea wins on the distance. I think they do. South Dakota, they must be around the same area. They're both south, I guess. Okay. Again, I want to welcome you to Northwest Trek. Hey, today we're going to have a lot of fun. Should be able to see a lot of animals. And actually, it's really kind of a nice day because it's overcast. Because when it's really hot, those animals would kind of tuck themselves in the woods, and you probably wouldn't see too many. But there's 150 animals out there. Not 150 different species, but there are 150 animals, and we're going to hopefully see a good bunch of them today on our tour. The tour is a 55-minute tour, and one of the things I'd like to say right off the cuff is the restrooms are up there. There are only one set of restrooms, and we're going out for 55 minutes. And there are no restrooms out there. Just a heads up, okay? That's kind of a just FYI, important information there for everybody. Okay, we're going to go out in what they call the free roaming area. That's 435 acres or thereabouts. There's about 5 miles of road that we're going to travel on. And all the animals out there, they live there, they're born there, and they die there. And again, there's a great number of animals out there. Now, all the animals out there are called herbivores. Does everybody know what a herbivore is? Yes. Plant eater. Yeah, I think you said plant eater. Very good. Okay, they are plant eaters. And up above in the core area, you have the carnivores. Of course, they're separated for a particular reason. And got to do that, I guess, or you wouldn't have a park of this nature. Okay. You're going to see some animals that have little head ornaments that look something like this. Bugles? No. What are these called? Horns. I heard horns. Okay. And they're horns because they have one point and they're hollow. Okay. And these come from bison. Okay. And a lot of people think they're buffalo, but they're bison. And we'll talk a little bit more about that on the tour. But these are from bison. And does anybody know what they're made of?
Wood.
I hear bones, I hear hair. It's got to go with hair and fingernails and toenails. Keratin. Okay. So those are your basic horns on your bison. And we'll learn more about the bison when we go out. And then of course we're gonna come across some animals that look something like this. Have this as a head ornament, and this would be on what kind of an animal?
Mountain goat.
Okay, yeah, sheep. It's called a ram. And this is a male. This would be the female horn right here. This little one, not the bison one. Drop that one back. And this one weighs about 20 to 30 pounds. You want to feel how heavy that is? Oh, can you imagine they have that on their head? Okay, and which one's the most dangerous? Okay, I hear somebody said the ram. Actually, it's the ewe, which is the mama. Yeah, because it's like a dagger. And what these do is kind of curl. They curl around. And actually, they only have one purpose, and the purpose is for headbutting. And what they'll do is the males will butt heads with one another. They'll try to get a date for the fall. Winner takes all. But they will butt heads for anywhere from 5 minutes to 25 hours, and they just go at it. And they have the bone system and whatnot to absorb all that shock. But that's their life if you get a date. And that's what it's used for. Now the female is a little bit different. Hers is like a dagger, and she will protect the youth. And she'll just take this and stick this in the rib cage of a cougar. I mean, no holds barred. I mean, she is the ornery one. She'll take care of business. Okay, you're going to see a mountain goat, and when it comes to horns, they grow from the skull. They grow from the inside out. Okay. And they start growing pretty much the day they're born till the day they pass away. Okay, so you have one set of horns, Of course, if they chip and fall off, it's like a fingernail. It kind of grows back and it kind of doesn't grow back, a little different. But they have one permanent set for the entire lifetime. Let's shift gears for just 1 minute here. Go over here.
What are those?
Okay, this. I'm having trouble for this. Okay, this comes from what kind of an animal?
Moose.
Moose.
Very good, moose. And these can weigh somewhere around 40 pounds a side. Of course, this is just half. Now, how long does it take a moose to grow one of these? Hey, I'm not hearing anything. Got half full. Huh?
1 year.
Couple weeks. Hey, 5 minutes. No, it does take about 3 to 6 months to grow, and of course these just fall off and shed. So that's what happens with these the moose. Okay. Now we'll also see some Roosevelt elk, and these look something like. I am having problems with this. And the Roosevelt elk looks something like this, and they have multiple points. Again, this is solid bone. Antlers are solid bone. Okay, different than the horns. Now, right now they're in the process of growing them. Yeah, and what they do is they have a velvet cover to them, something like this. Now these grow from the outside in, opposite of the horns. And it has a large amount of blood that's flowing through these, and they'll grow 1/2 inch to 1 inch a day. Okay, I got to go over some safety rules, and then we're going to jump on the tram, and we'll pick up from there. Okay, we're going to go on a 55-minute tour. There is no food, no drink. Dogs are restricted to water. If you have to take medicine, that's acceptable. If your kids or children under the age of 4, give them whatever they want, because happy kids equal happy tour. Okay? Want to make sure they're kept happy. Okay, everything's got to be kept inside the tram. The windows do open. Okay? There is an emergency cord, and it needs to be pulled on the second and the third car. The front car, they can kind of just tap me on the shoulder. Now, it needs to be pulled if someone gets ill. Number 2, if something falls out the window. And by the way, we had a nice camera lost the other day, and I can't promise you when it's going to be retrieved. Watch your cap, watch your sunglasses. Again, try to keep everything inside the window. And of course, then if there's a mechanical problem, I need to know that as well. The front car is typically the quiet car, because I'm trying to do a little narration along the way. But I also, in between, if you want to ask me questions, I'll try to accommodate your questions as best I can. Front car is also considered kind of a quiet zone, if you would. Greatly appreciate that. I'd like to have you please silence your cell phones. And on that note, we're going to board, and I want to walk you to the Northwest Trek. Let's go see some animals.